Really take long, did it, when you think about it? Because as we know, with Harry and Meghan, they sort of thrive, if you like, on publicity, good and bad. It's what keeps them in the headlines now. It's what really keeps their brand alive. And as a lot of people have recently been saying, and I've also said this, I did think, whatever people may say, and I know people attack you in the comments below online, I thought Meghan behaved impeccably, actually, at the recent sad, of course, funeral of our late and wonderful monarch, Queen Elizabeth II. Whichever way you look at it, you know, she did behave, and a lot of people have been rather unkind about that. Indeed, of course, Prince Harry had his moments regarding the uniform, but, you know, again, all speculative. Nobody truly knows what was going on behind the scenes there. And I'm not taking sides, I'm not being paid, I'm not a showgirl, well, you know, all of these ridiculous things that people write underneath in the comments. We're here to present the news fair and balanced. But here is a bigger problem for Harry and Meghan, and some might say it's their own doing. So as ever, let me explain. The issue now, you see, for Harry and Meghan is that people then seemingly want to come out in their defence, which, as we often know, can be a huge problem. Because when you have friends speaking on your behalf, they invariably say the wrong thing, possibly too much or too little, never the right thing. We recently had Tyler Perry, their chum, who allowed them to stay with him when they first moved over to California, coming out to defend them. All very nice, but a little bit saccharine sweet, and of course people are not buying it over here, given the problems that they've had so far in dealing with Harry and Meghan themselves, if you'll understand the picture. But this time around, of course, it's another culprit, one who's desperate for fame, to be recognised in the shadow of someone that she's lived under for many years. We're talking, of course, about the CBS News anchor, Gayle King, who's once again been blowing a gale across all media. And this particular incident, again, you know, she really can't learn from it, simply because she does want to be famous. You know, yes, she's recognised in America. Nobody knows her over here in Europe. You know, she's not a name, unlike her very close chum of many years, Oprah Winfrey. Of course, she's ridden alongside Oprah for many years, of course, and a lot of people are saying, well, who was she? Well, you know, she's been a good chum, as I say, a sidekick for many years. But once again, she was asked, if you recall, she did this previously about a year ago now, about the situation within the royal family, Harry, Meghan and Charles. And it's interesting, isn't it? Because a good friend might have said, actually, you know, I'd rather not comment on that. It's a private matter, family affair. Oh no, Gayle's out there waving a flag, making sure people remember the fact that she was over here in London covering, of course, the state funeral. Nobody else would have known if she hadn't have done this. But of course, it's all now backfired, and you know, rightly so, because clearly somebody somehow told her that information. You know, who told her that information? Who had the direct line to that? Well, the reverberations are thick and fast, because according to a very good source, and as ever we have to say allegedly, this is the whole point of why Prince William had no idea or truck, in fact, in meeting with the two former royals, because he knew the minute that something was discussed, right back, you know, across the world's media, it would come. And for Harry and Meghan, of course, you know, whether they've spoken to Gayle or not, and as ever, we have to say allegedly, is she really a friend to you? Is she simply making things worse, moving forward? So you do have to say to yourself, well, again, you know, how odd. Where did she get this information from? It is correct in parts, because of course there were no conversations, there were no get-togethers or indeed informal chats. So somebody told her. But really, what sort of a friend is Gayle if she keeps blowing a gale each time she gets some information? Or in fact, is she being encouraged to? As ever, I'd love to know what you think in the comments below. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.